Logan Paul isn't just the most polarizing figure in the world of the WWE. I'd argue that he's one of the most polarizing celebrities on the planet, period. Because a good contingent of people love Logan Paul and everything that he does. They love his videos, they love his boxing, they love his podcast, and they love his work in the WWE. I fall in the camp that I love his work in the WWE. To me, it's undeniably good. And then there's the camp of people that hate everything that Logan Paul does, including his work in the WWE. And to be fair, there's a lot of reasons to justifiably not like Logan Paul outside of the WWE. Whether it's the crypto scam allegations, his little trip to Japan, or just his overall demeanor in general. But once again, I say that Logan Paul, in the context of the WWE, is truly amazing. Logan Paul just simply has no business being as good as he is. I understand that he's a natural born athlete and a maverick, of course, because I am a member of the Low Gang, but no one should be able to pick up professional wrestling this quickly. So today we're going to be looking at every single Logan Paul match that he's had in the WWE to date, and we're going to rank them from Hall of Fame all the way down to trash. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications if you're a wrestling fan. I know that you're going to fall in love with this YouTube channel because we always upload daily wrestling content. And once again, I want to remind you that we have released a full free episode of the Wrestling is Cool Match Club. You can find it over on Patreon. It's our full match watch along with commentary of the 2024 We LC match at Extreme Rules. It's freaking hilarious. You gotta go check it out. It'll be the top link in the description or the link in the pinned comment. And if you end up falling in love with it, just know that there's way more available in the paid version of the Patreon. So yeah, go check it out. All right, let's jump into it. All right, folks, here are the tiers that we're gonna be using. We have Hall of Fame, which is reserved for the best of the best Logan Paul has to offer in terms of matches. We have great, good, meh, and trash, where the worst of the worst goes. And as a quick spoiler, there's only 12 matches to rank. Logan Paul hasn't had very many matches in the WWE. In fact, 11 of the 12 of them are on WWE Premium Live events. There's only one match that took place on SmackDown. But let's start off with the Logan Paul debut all the way back at WrestleMania 38. The WrestleMania that everyone's like, oh my God, look, Cody Rhodes came back. Nah, this is the WrestleMania that Logan Paul joined the world of the WWE. That's why that WrestleMania is important. And it was the tag match between the team of Logan Paul and The Miz taking on the Mysterios. Back then were on good terms, Rey Mysterio and his son, Dominic Mysterio. This is well before Dom became a little bit dirty. There was a lot of criticisms about this match to begin with. The first criticism was Dominic Mysterio being given this match. A lot of people felt like he wasn't ready for a WrestleMania match just yet because it just sort of felt like he was just a shadow of his father at this time in his career. He just didn't have the aura that he has in today's landscape. And then there's Logan Paul, a virtual unknown, getting a WrestleMania match. However, Bad Bunny did pave the way for people to be excited at the potential of a Logan Paul match because typically celebrity matches at WrestleMania were just the bathroom break matches, but Bad Bunny changed that narrative entirely. So instead of just being able to coast through a simple match, like the pressure was on Logan Paul to deliver something better or as good as Bad Bunny. Now, I personally don't think that he delivered as shocking of a performance as Bad Bunny did because no one expected it out of Bad Bunny. But many of the people that knew about Logan Paul knew that he was an athlete and he should, in theory, be able to be better in the ring than Bad Bunny. And in my opinion, he ultimately was. Although the match wasn't particularly super memorable, I do think it's a great little tidbit showcase of what Logan Paul would end up becoming because Logan Paul was pulling out beautiful Three Amigos, frog splashes. He was doing some great crowd work, some awesome taunts. You could just tell, damn, this guy just sort of fits into this world already. In my opinion, out of the 4 people that were in that match, Logan Paul was the one with far and away the least experience. He wasn't the one that looked like the one with least experience. I feel like that was Dominic Mysterio. So I was very impressed with this match from Logan Paul. I was excited to see more from Logan Paul, and it even ended with a cliffhanger telling us that we were going to see more of Logan Paul as The Miz turned on Logan Paul after they won the match. I'm gonna be honest, overall, I enjoyed this. I don't think it quite climbs the tiers of great or Hall of Fame, but I think as a first match ever for anybody, how can you argue putting it anything lower than good? Now we're gonna look at Logan Paul's first ever singles match, Logan Paul versus The Miz at SummerSlam. That's right, folks. Logan Paul's first 2 matches were at WWE's biggest shows of the year, WrestleMania, and then immediately followed by SummerSlam. It's very clear that the red carpet was rolled out for Logan Paul. But at this point, I would say that the cat was kind of out of the bag, but not completely out of the bag, because there was still a lot of uncertainty at Logan Paul's ability to have a full one-on-one match without being carried by 3 other people that are sharing the load within the ring. But I'm happy to say that this was like his coming out performance. Like, after this match, everyone knew that Logan Paul was it. Like, this guy was genuinely special in the ring. I know after the fact it's come out that his matches earlier on in his career were like basically fully choreographed from beginning to end, but to me, I don't know, it doesn't take away from anything. It still shows to me that he has great timing, great pacing, and he has just a good understanding of the in-ring psychology of things. But I also think that's just the nature of people that don't like Logan Paul. They want to find a reason to not like the thing that he's actually good at. And I get it. If you don't like him, you don't like him, and that's just human instinct to find the flaws in things that I personally don't think have flaws in them, and that's his wrestling work. But this was fantastic. I absolutely adore this match. The Miz looked like such a great veteran helping carry Logan Paul. Logan Paul did not miss any cues. He made this match dramatic, lots of great close calls, a great table spot with Logan Paul from the outside doing a frog splash through the table. Like, Logan Paul was on his game here. And this was a very good SummerSlam, and this was one of the best SummerSlam matches of that year. I have to put Logan Paul versus The Miz into the great category. Chelsea Green! Yeah. Holy shit! Oh my God! Oh my goodness! Oh my God!
Didn't get to the match.
So dumb. That was a sneak peek of this week's insane lineup of matches for the Wrestling is Cool Match Club, which is available exclusively on patreon.com/SantiZap. This week, you're getting the NXT North American title match, an intergender match between Chelsea Green and Penta, a death match between Samoa Joe and a guy named Necro the Butcher, the Wyatt family versus The Shield, and Cody Rhodes versus Dustin Rhodes. I genuinely believe that this is going to be our best week of content on the Patreon ever. It's just more content that I can't show you on Patreon, and with how violent some of these matches are this week, I couldn't show them to you on YouTube even if I wanted to. On top of that, you get the Wrestling is Cool podcast 3 days early. This week's episode is already up. You get the Raw reviews and the SmackDown reviews as well. We're doing our absolute best to get you the best value on this Patreon. I really think that if you check it out, even for just 1 month, that you're gonna fall in love with it. So again, that's patreon.com/SantiZap, patreon.com/SantiZap. Check the top link in the description or the link that I'll put in the pinned comment. All right, back to the video. Next up, let's look at his first ever WWE Undisputed Championship match. It was Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns in Saudi Arabia, crown jewel for the championship. And don't forget that Logan Paul is the table. This was one of my favorite matches of the year. This was just consecutive back-to-back-to-back matches of not just Logan Paul being good, but also Roman Reigns just being an A+ performer, because this man was at that moment allergic to having bad matches. Because that man went from the amazing SummerSlam match against Brock Lesnar to Clash at the Castle to this. Like, he was just on a roll. And although Roman Reigns was having great momentum going into this, I think that he had a great dancing partner in Logan Paul, somebody that forced Roman Reigns to bring out a different type of moveset, because he was facing a different kind of guy that wasn't one of these super heavyweights like Drew McIntyre or Brock Lesnar. There are a lot of awesome screenshots of this match where it genuinely looks like an Avengers movie. There's this awesome moment where Logan Paul is going for a springboard punch and he's about to be met by a Superman punch by Roman Reigns. It's gorgeous. I think the only thing that you can really hold against this match is how overbooked it got towards the end, because in classic Roman Reigns fashion, people from the Bloodline got involved, but then in this, Jake Paul got involved, and Jake Paul came out to its everyday bro. And if you were part of like the Low Gang army or the Jake Paulers back in the day, you know that it was a big deal that he came out to its everyday bro with the Disney Channel flow. 5 mil on YouTube in 6 months. Never done before. Passed all the competition. Oh my God, I hate myself for knowing that much. PewDiePie is next. Okay, I'm done. But although this was a foregone conclusion that Roman Reigns was going to win, you just knew there was a moment, an inkling in this match where you genuinely believed that they were gonna put the motherfrickin' title on motherfrickin' Logan Paul. I'll say it again, this is one of my favorite matches of 2022. The drama llama ding dong that comes with this match. Sorry, Sarah says drama llama ding dong all the time at home, and now it's rubbing off on me. The drama in this match is unparalleled, and I personally, as a internet gremlin that I am, all of like the overbooking that happened really like worked on me. As a Logan Paul match, this is a Hall of Fame tier Logan Paul match. This is so good. Next up, we have the Royal Rumble match, but I'm not gonna count the entire Royal Rumble because that doesn't really make sense because Logan Paul was just a small part of it. In fact, he was really only remembered for one big spot, which was the insane springboard meeting at the very top of the sky against Ricochet, where they clotheslined the shit out of each other. One of the coolest spots that I've ever seen in a Royal Rumble. It was absolutely badass. It's kind of unfair to even really have this on here, but Logan Paul's performance, his individual in a vacuum performance in that Royal Rumble, was undeniably very good, and it was probably the most memorable aspect of this match was what Logan Paul and Ricochet delivered. So, I mean, I gotta put it in good. Folks, we just need Logan Paul to have a match with Jon Moxley so that he can finish the gauntlet of Shield members, because he does go on to have a match against Seth Rollins as well at WrestleMania 39. The match at WrestleMania 39, similar to the match against Roman Reigns, was a foregone conclusion. We just knew that Seth Rollins wasn't gonna lose at WrestleMania to Logan Paul. But it didn't change the fact that the drama and the excitement was there, and it was just an objectively fucking amazing match. And similar to the Roman Reigns match, there's a lot of fun aspects that happen within this match that might lead to people calling it overbooked, with KSI coming out as the big blue prime bottle and then eating a frog splash from Logan Paul because he was pulled onto the table by a savvy Seth Rollins. It was fucking awesome. But even without all the stuff that happens with KSI and the prime bottle and the awesome entrances, this match is just objectively a banger. Like, there's nothing bad about this. And frankly, like, it's not surprising when you put people as talented as Logan Paul and as talented and as veteran of a presence as Seth Rollins, you're just bound to make magic, because Seth Rollins could just guide Logan Paul's athleticism into an amazing match. And it goes right beside the Roman Reigns match into a Logan Paul Hall of Fame match. Similar to the Royal Rumble, it's tough to really grade the Money in the Bank match as a Logan Paul match because he's just one of 7 guys that are in there. But I'm gonna be honest with you, out of the 7 guys, he did all of the cool, memorable stuff. If you remember, he's taken power bombs off of ladders. He's the one that took the crazy ass botched Spanish fly through the set of tables. Like, if you remember anything about this match, it's the stuff that Logan Paul did. You might remember that Damian won, but like, if you're looking for like the cool spots and the cool moments, you can bet your ass Logan Paul is involved in them. So in like the 25 minutes that this match happened, like, we had maybe like 5 minutes, like a vacuum of Logan Paul moments, because again, everyone is getting their time to shine in this match. But in that time that we got Logan Paul, it was always the best part of this match. I'm honestly, I'm gonna go into the great category. I think he got way more time and way more shine than the stuff that he got to do at the Royal Rumble. And to me, he really was the face of this match. Next up, we have Logan Paul versus Ricochet, and what I think is the best match of that year's Royal Rumble, albeit a very, very lackluster feud. I think it was a lackluster feud, not to Logan Paul's fault, but to Ricochet. I don't think that Ricochet elevated his game to be able to match Logan Paul's storytelling and promo abilities. I don't actually think that that's a controversial statement. I think that's a pretty universally believed fact that Ricochet just couldn't hang on the microphone with Logan Paul. But in the actual match, the microphone doesn't matter anymore. It's all about the story that they're telling in the ring, and the story that they told in the ring was the best match of that year's SummerSlam. It's the opening match, and SummerSlam just doesn't get anywhere near as good as its opening match. Frankly, this kind of ruined the rest of the show because no other match was able to get anywhere near close to it. But similar to Seth Rollins, like, if you're gonna put Logan Paul and Ricochet, arguably the 1 and 2 most athletic people in the WWE today, you're gonna make freaking fireworks, dude. That's no surprise to anybody. If you want a downside here, like, really, it's just nitpicking. It's the fact that you just knew Logan was gonna win. He wasn't going to lose to Ricochet any day of the week. But it's an objectively fantastic match, and one that is absolutely worth a rewatch. This goes into the Hall of Fame category for me. Next up, we have the crown jewel match for the WWE United States Championship between champion Rey Mysterio and Logan Paul. This was actually, to me at least, kind of disappointing. With the people that were involved in this match, I really expected far, far more. And this is also the moment in time where Logan Paul matches start to end with shenanigans. The Ricochet match also also ended with the brass knuckles, but this is where it's like, okay, we know that this is part of the routine. In this match, Logan Paul's buddy comes in, tries to give him the brass knuckles. Santos comes in, stops the brass knuckle transfer, leaves the brass knuckles on the ring apron for Logan Paul to be able to grab them anyway to grab the victory. Frankly, I don't think that the match was long enough, and the stuff that we got never really got to ramp up to, like, you know, the veracity of a typical Logan Paul match. I think the most memorable aspect of this was the botch segment where Ray went for the moonsault but didn't get either enough air to get to Logan Paul, or Logan Paul wasn't in the right spot. And Logan Paul, I don't understand how he has that veteran savviness to be able to instantly recognize that Ray's in danger and he gets underneath him to prevent him from breaking his neck. Like, that's what people remember this match for. And yes, Logan Paul does become the United States champion in this match, but the match is kind of an unforgettable affair. It goes into the meh category for me. Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens is a fantastic match. These two are just masters of storytelling. The match itself is actually fantastic. There's nothing wrong with this match in any capacity. I tried to look for things that I might not like. I tried to look for nitpicking, but to me, this is just a perfect match. You have two personalities that just clash, two types of wrestlers that are just not gonna like each other. The guy that's been working to get to where he is for like the past 20 years, and Logan Paul, who just got to waltz in and immediately debut at WrestleMania. Like, it's just kind of a story that tells itself right there. But to me, what stands out the most about how good this match is the ending. The ending is absolutely phenomenal. I still to this day think it's one of the most clever heel finishes that I've seen to a WWE match, with the brass knuckles once again getting involved. Logan Paul trying to hit Kevin Owens with the brass knuckles that was passed to him by one of his impulsive buddies. Kevin Owens grabbing the brass knuckles, hitting Logan Paul with the brass knuckles, and then goes for the pin. He's about to win, but as the ref is counting, before he hits 3, he sees the brass knuckles in Kevin Owens' hands, and instead of walking out as the winner, Kevin Owens gets disqualified, and it was just such an awesome moment. And it was after this match where, dude, like, Logan Paul's body acting to me was phenomenal, where he was just celebrating while basically having a concussion. It was good stuff. Even though I do think it's a perfect match in terms of like there being nothing wrong with it, I don't quite think that it reaches the levels of the 3 that are in the Hall of Fame category, but I'm definitely putting this into great. Logan Paul versus The Miz is kind of a forgettable affair. There's nothing that really stands out about it. It's Logan Paul's one and only free for television match, and it was part to see who will qualify for the Elimination Chamber in Perth. Just like all the recent Logan Paul matches, this once again ended with more brass knuckle shenanigans, with Logan Paul grabbing brass knuckles, The Miz stopping the brass knuckles, but that giving Logan Paul enough time to recover and hit a reverse skull crushing finale after hitting the one lucky punch. It does not anywhere near come close to their fantastic match at SummerSlam. I think part of the reason why the SummerSlam match is so good and rated so high is because the unknown factor of Logan Paul in a one-on-one match environment, but at this point in his career, we're expecting a lot, and the SmackDown match didn't particularly deliver in any regard where we walked away going like, whoa, that was amazing. It goes into meh for me. Then we have the Elimination Chamber, and once again, similar to Money in the Bank, I don't want to rate the entire match. I want to rate Logan Paul's performance in the actual match itself. And it's tough to just rate his performance in the match because so much came out on social media afterwards that helped elevate Logan Paul in my eyes, with him like doodling within his pod, like talking about Kevin Owens, drawing a fat little demon saying that this is Kevin Owens, with Kevin Owens waiting outside of the pod and then immediately beating the shit out of him. It's good stuff. And even just him walking into the pod and Kevin Owens bashing his head on the pod, like, dude, it's fantastic. I will say Logan Paul was very grounded in this matchup. If anybody was going to do any of the crazy spots, it would have been Logan Paul in this match, but he didn't really get to do anything particularly crazy in this. Actually, if you think about it, really his main involvement in this match came towards the end. He was in the final 3. He was about to hit Randy Orton with the brass knuckles. He's going, and then the RKO comes out of nowhere, 1, 2, 3. Logan Paul stays in the chamber, then hits Randy Orton with the brass knuckles to give Drew McIntyre the victory. Like, really, like, that's the most memorable Logan Paul aspect of this match. I feel like so many other people were more memorable in this match, which is kind of the reverse of the Money in the Bank ladder match, where I felt like he genuinely stole the show. I don't think that he quite stole the show here. Regardless, what he did was good. The people around him were fantastic, but the people that were around him are also people that can't do any really of the super high flying stuff that can help elevate Logan Paul matches. I still think it's good, but it's not like, it's on the lower end of good in my opinion. And then let's wrap things up with the WrestleMania 40 match. We have the triple threat for the United States Championship, and I also think that this is a fantastic match. I love that the first like 3/4 of this match is just a glorified beatdown of Logan Paul, with Randy Orton and Kevin Owens just taking out all of their anger and all of their frustration until it eventually breaks down to Kevin Owens and Randy Orton having to finally fight. And then after that, it really opens up into a really beautiful triple threat match. I love that there were sequences of one-on-one matches, and the best sequences of this match was when all three guys were in the ring exchanging moves in a really fluid manner. I like the finish of this because it showed Logan Paul's savviness while also showing how good he can be as a high flyer and the moves that he does. It to me was one of the highlights of WrestleMania. I don't think it's anywhere near close to being the best match of WrestleMania, but it was an objectively very, very good match. So I'm going to be putting the WrestleMania triple threat match into the great category. And just like that, Logan Paul doesn't have anything in the trash bin. All right, folks, that's my tier list of Logan Paul matches. I know people in the comments are going to be like, look at all this Logan Paul glaze. Whatever, man. I'm a low gangster for life. All right, that's it. I'm done. Get out of here.